Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Over the past decades, illegal logging has become an issue of global importance. The negative impacts imposed by illegal logging implies that efforts to identify the methods related to the commission of crime has become increasingly significant. I'm Muhammad Nurhani from University Malaysia Terengganu. The topic of my presentation is Perceived Methods of Illegal Logging and Forest Offences in Peninsular Malaysia. Today's topic is of particular interest to those of you that work or doing research in the field of forestry. First, let me give you a brief overview about the topic. A study by Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations (FAO) in 2005 suggests that the causes of criminal activities can be associated with legal issues, lack of enforcement, scarcity of data, and corruption in public and private sectors. The exact cause of illegal logging is difficult to identify since it involves multiple and complex issues. In the context of Malaysia, statistics indicates that 10% of illegal timber in international market originate from Malaysia, while the rate of illegal logging is estimated to be 35%. According to previous research, illegal logging occurs through the simultaneous presence of elements related to methods, motives, and opportunities. With reference to the model by World Bank 2006, crime takes place when the offender has the necessary motives, acquire necessary resources or methods, and they are given opportunities to commit crime. Understanding methods, motives, and opportunities would enable researchers to comprehend the factors related to the commission of crime and suggest appropriate policy response to address the issue. The study focuses on the methods of illegal logging, which is one of the integral components of the model. Moving on to methodology, the study involves 241 respondents from related stakeholders. Data for this research were collected through close-ended questionnaire. The statistical tools employed for this study are measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, and measures of dispersion, standard deviation, and variance. The significance of strength of a particular item is determined by its mean score. High mean score indicates that respondents agree with the item, while low mean score reflects respondents' disagreement. Meanwhile, the value of standard deviation determines whether the mean score is reliable to describe the data set. Now, let me run through the result and discussion of this study. I have divided the results and discussion into 5 main parts. First, corruption practices. As a whole, respondents disagreed with all items related to corruption. In specific, respondents disagreed with the practice of corruption by logging firms during the distribution of concession sites, inspection of forest produce, and raids of logging areas. With reference to the descriptive data, 74% of respondents disagreed with the presence of corruption during raids and inspection, while 70% research participants denied the element of corruption among administrative officers. Meanwhile, slightly more than 50% respondents disagreed with the presence of corruption during the distribution of logging rights and among logging firms. Overall, items related to corruption were perceived to be the least significant method of committing illegal logging. Second, use of adjacent concession area. The most significant method in this category are violations of regulations by license holder and unlawful harvesting in adjacent license area, whereby both items acquire the median score of 4. In the form of descriptive statistic, 80% respondents agreed illegal logging occurs in adjacent license area, while 79% respondents agreed with the violation of conditions in the license by license holder. In this context, use of adjacent area encompasses unlawful activities such as illegal timber harvesting outside license area, in the buffer zone, in an unauthorized block, and cutting unmarked trees. Third, use of illegal logging syndicates. The use of organized crime and targeting valuable timber along unexplored roads were perceived as the significant method of illegal logging under this category. Various tactics are employed by the syndicates, such as diversion technique, utilizing latest communication method, and log laundering. The syndicate also gather logs at isolated spots and areas before being transported to sawmill. Besides, the syndicate also hires spies, which are strategically placed to warn them about the presence and movement of enforcement officers. Fourth, document falsification. The median score of 3 demonstrates that respondents slightly agreed that document falsification served as a method of illegal logging. In this context, bribery towards issuing officials that approve falsified documents poses a challenge for inspecting officers to detect forged documents. In certain cases, the inspecting officers may find it difficult to detect forged documents because of the need to refer to the record file and another officer. Meanwhile, forestry officer may face another difficulty when the validity of logging documents are being examined in remote forest area. Lastly, use of existing logging roads. The result of the research indicates that respondents agreed existing logging roads are utilized by illegal loggers and illegal logging occur nearby existing logging roads. In this case, 86% participants agreed that the current logging roads serve as a path for illegal logging, whereas 83% respondents agreed illegal logging occurs nearby existing logging roads. The study asserts that existing logging road networks are exposed to exploitation by illegal loggers. In this context, accessible logging roads enable illegal loggers to extract and transport illegal timber using various machineries in the forest area. To sum up, illegal timber harvesting in the adjacent area, the operation of syndicates, and the use of existing logging roads are the significant methods of illegal logging in Peninsular Malaysia. The outcome of this study provides insight towards understanding how crime is executed. Inputs gained from the study may assist the formulation of appropriate policies and enforcement strategies to combat illegal logging. With that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you.